It's hump day. Oh, good morning, everybody. Let me change my messages to all messages because top messages is what it instantly gets said to. I don't know why. Like, who decided that, like, hey, let's just look at the top messages only. Let's just ignore everybody else. Put it on top messages only. What does that even mean? Nobody knows. Man, it's hump day. I'm tired. I cheated. I got Starbucks today, but it hasn't really hit yet. So it's kind of like I'm still just like dead asleep sitting here talking with you guys. Thank you, Chatty Jen. I love it. Love it. Floating hearts are my favorite. Good morning, Pittsburgh nurse. Hey, everybody. Hey, Miss Connie's sister. What's up, everybody? So, if you see my title, I guess I'm going to talk about some coming to America stories today. For those of you guys that don't know, I was born in Zagreb, Croatia, and we came here when I was 7. So it was 1990. And I've got some stories. I've got some fun stories. It's like it starts kind of with this early, I had a best friend, the little girl that your parents had you hang out with that, was there with you through everything. She got the chicken pox. My mom drove me to her house, dropped me off, and was like, here you go, just so that I could have the chicken pox also. She went with us to all the trips and stuff. If my parents went like skiing or something, she would go with us. We'd go like on a vacation to the sea. She'd come with us. So that kind of friend. But her dad was, and I don't know what he does or what he did, but he was some type of minister. And I know that he would come to the U.S., Boston in particular, for church events or something. I don't remember exactly what it was, but he would bring back goodies. And so when we were at her house, her mom would have, like M&Ms as treats. We didn't have M&Ms. She would have different times where he would bring back gifts and stuff. And there was one time where he bought us 2 book bags for school. And there were Snoopy book bags. And I think one was the blue and one was the pink. And I don't remember. I think for some reason, I think I got the pink. But I wanted the blue. Because, I loved pink. But for some reason, I remember I wanted the blue. It's funny how you always want what you don't have. But yet, I remember specifically that I liked pink. It's weird, right? So, like, he would bring us gifts. He would bring back food. In Croatia, we did not eat stuff out of cans like hot dogs. And I tried that one time at her house. Sickest I've ever been. Peanut butter. They didn't have peanut butter in Croatia at the time, and I tried peanut butter for the first time. I'm still not really. No, I don't have a ring yet. It's all right. We're not in a time race war of when I'm going to have a ring. I don't really even expect one. So, yeah, a hot dog in a can. I don't know if it was like them spam, like little weenie things. I don't know. It sounds funny to say weenie, right? But, it was definitely a hot dog though. 'Cause I remember it was a hot dog. I don't know why it was in a can. Good morning, James. Maybe there were Vienna sausages, but for some reason I remember hot dog, like size-wise. So, sick as I've ever been in my life, I actually didn't eat hot dogs for a really, really long time after that. I think like maybe 18 or 19, I didn't do hot dogs. But whenever he would get back, my friend's dad, he would tell stories, and it was just like, oh, America, this great fancy fun place where you get all this good stuff. And like, I'm 7, how, like, what do I know? And so there comes a time, and my dad gets offered a scholarship to go to Regent University, which is here in Virginia Beach. And it was just like a really tough, like, it was a decision that my parents had to make, where I remember they were praying about it, arguing about it. At one point, I'm like begging them, because in my mind, I'm thinking like, oh, America, woo, land of opportunity. And so we did a lot of just like, I remember there was like a really time period of where we were all just like in limbo. Like, what are we going to do? And I was 7. My sister was like 6 months old at this time. And we decide we're going to go for it. Well, my parents decided. I didn't decide. But I mean, I wanted desperately to go to America, because, it was the cool thing to do at the time when I was 7. And so we go, and what's miraculous, and one of the main reasons, like, when I describe people to people, my beliefs and whatnot, is that we left the country probably a couple months before the war started. And so for anybody that doesn't believe in God, I actually kind of always bring this story out when I discuss it. This isn't going to be like a religious topic type of stream, but it's part of the story. And so had we not decided to go, we probably would have spent a lot of time in the cellar of our home, like my grandparents did, and it was not a good time. A lot of my family members developed, my cousin got like a blood disorder. One of my, actually, you know what? Our home that we were in before we left there got bombed, and the roof had like this big shell. I saw pictures of it. Hole from the, yeah, it was bad. But so we got out of there, right? Okay. So I remember taking Delta Airline and the little Mickey Mouse ears, and my sister was 6 months. Apparently in Europe, they don't really care, or they didn't at the time, about newborns, infants, babies, the way you transported them, basically. And I specifically remember that we're on this airplane, and for those of you guys that don't know, from Croatia to Virginia, I believe it was 21 hours at that time. I don't know if it's because I don't remember exactly if I had a layover or if we had to just go straight through. I just remember being on an airplane for a very long time. And my sister, who was 6 months old, was basically, you either carry her around, or, there's nowhere really for her to go. Like, she didn't have a carrier or car seat, nothing like we have nowadays. Now, talking about it or thinking about it is almost like, what time frame was this? Like, were you in the 50s? Like, but no, it was like 1990. So, the flight attendant decided that she's going to go find somewhere to put my sister, because she's done fell asleep. And you can tell my mom is like physically unable. Like, she wasn't a big baby or nothing, but like 21 hours on a flight with a screaming baby that finally went to sleep. So this saint stewardess goes to find something and locates like a box. It literally is like a box. And I feel like, I don't know what it was, honestly, but I feel like it was like a packing box, some kind of box. And my sister was still in like a swaddle thing. So she was actually wrapped, and she had like I can't even explain it. I'll have to find a picture and maybe make a post on my community wall so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But it literally was like this really thick and all white and ruffly and frilly. And so like she's not like just a baby that you just put in a box. She had all this stuff, and oh my God. So they put my sister in a box. We came to America. My sister came in a box, cardboard box. I tell that story all the time. It's great. But that's how we could transport her at the time. I don't know. And so when we came here, I was 7. I had finished the first grade in Croatia, and they're trying to determine where I need to go for placement for schooling. And they decide to put me in a private school. And they decide, since I haven't gone to 2nd grade, that would be my next level. But technically, I don't know English, and I don't know what 1st grade was, even though I did 1st grade in my country. But they don't translate that over or count that for some reason. So I went to 2nd grade, and they included 1st grade, and I didn't speak English. So if you can imagine the problems I would encounter, I had a little girl that sat next to me as my helper. Her name was Abby. I don't know if we never had a conversation after all of that was said and done. Like, I feel like she went to middle school and high school with me. And I remember her, but it's like I don't. It's weird. Like, do you sometimes feel like you have, like, somebody else's memories? I don't know. We never discussed it, but I see her. She's on my Facebook page, like, just all the works. She would sit next to me, and if I had any kind of question or any kind of issue or anything, she would try to explain it to me, which I don't know how she did it. I didn't speak English. Hey, David, good to see you. Hey, Steph Joe. Good morning, everybody. I'm just telling stories. So nothing fancy going on this morning. It's hump day. And so this poor girl was assigned to sit next to me, and she had to help me. Like, she was my seeing eye dog. Like, she's guiding me through the hallways. And all of a sudden there's a fire alarm. And so I'm 7, and this sound is going off, and we just found out that the home we lived in had been bombed, and that there was a war started and all that other stuff. And so I don't speak English, and I'm thinking to myself, like, are we getting bombed? Like, do you know what I mean? It was just kind of like, and nobody can tell me what it is, or that it's okay, that it's not a real emergency. And so I specifically remember this event, like, this poor girl assigned to sit next to me is just, like, trying to comfort me while I'm, like, crying hysterically. And they're, okay. That's all I remember is, like, somebody just saying, okay. And, it was, I made it. But, I mean, while it was happening, it was just so traumatic. And nobody could tell me because, I didn't speak English. And, that was crazy. But I learned English, 1st and 2nd grade. And, man, I'm hooked on phonics songs. I think it's called, Sing, Read, Read, and Write. And it was a program, and my sister went to public school, so you could tell the difference on how well I learned and how well she learned. There was these little songs, cute little songs they taught things with that I probably could still sing to this day if I tried. But you guys don't want me to sing, so it's just amazing how I just picked it up while I was there, and just I spoke English, I read, I wrote. And my mom still has a thick, heavy accent. My mom works every day, but she works with a small family, actually Pat Robertson's family. And so she isn't around, I guess, as many people, and hasn't really been fully in, like, I don't know, it's weird. Thank you so much, McDaniel crew. Thank you. We sent a hundo. Good morning, fancy face. But yeah, so that was that story. And then I would go play in the playground in the apartment complex that we lived in. And it was funny. And this is how I started off yesterday and how I decided I was just going to talk about stories like this today. And it was the little girls that I was playing with. I was telling them that I came over here to America, and I told them my name was Joanna because I didn't like being different or weird, or I didn't like the fact that nobody could pronounce my name correctly, because I've told you guys before, but my actual first name is Ivana. But if you said it in Croatian in my mom's voice and dialect, it's Ivana. And so when you get asked, what is your name? Saying Ivana is frowned upon because the people just look at you like you're just like on fire or something. They're like, what? And so I did research as a 7-year-old and found out that yes, Zach, that's my real name. So I did research and found out that that was a weird dust, whatever that was right there. I did research and found out that translated into Joanna in English. And so I told all my little friends in the playground area that my name was Joanna. So imagine their shock when, my father comes around the corner and is like, Ivana! And I'm just like, I don't know him. Stop calling my name. And then I go running over there. And then, of course, my little friends are like, what? Isn't your name Joanna? And I'm just like, not really. So, like, I straight out look like a complete liar. But, it was fun. And, some other little translations that would get messed up is that, of course, the coming to America thing. I'm like, America. And they're like, no, it's United States. And I'm like, oh, but I come to America. Where did you grow up at? Virginia. Most of my life. I was 7 when I came here. But I was born in Croatia. Another thing. Okay, hold on. Watch. Maybe I can see it. Can you guys see my arm? I have quite beefy arms. I don't know why I hate them, but we gotta learn to live with what we got, right? I don't think you can see it. It might be this arm. It's this arm. All right. Oh, you're probably not gonna be able to make it out. But it's right here. Smallpox vaccine. So I got questioned as to like what this was, and I don't know how the girl saw it, but I said shot, because at that point I had learned enough English and I knew what it was. But I said shot, and the little girl's like, you got shot? I'm like, yes, I got shot, like like I got a vaccine shot. And for the longest time, the little girl thought that I got shot in my arm and that I had bullet holes in my arm from being shot. Like, oh my God, it was so funny when I figured out that it was happening later on in life. But that was one other translation that got mixed up. And my husband is from Mexico and has a mark like that. Yeah, a lot of people in Europe and other foreign countries I've seen have that mark. My parents, I don't know what it is, if it like stretches with your skin or what, but my dad's is like this big, like it's grown over time. And I'm just like, ooh, I had a smallpox shot also. Ugh. I actually remember getting that shot when I was really, really little, because they I think they missed something, or that it's like, it was bloody, and I don't know if it was that shot in particular, just a shot. But yeah, it's amazing the things that I actually remember, and then that like really stick in my mind. And I remember specifically getting a shot at some point somewhere in time while I was younger in Croatia, where I guess the lady missed my vein or something, and it was just like traumatic and blood everywhere. And we got them in grade school. Here in America, see what I did there? Here in America, um, I have that. It's the older way. They gave it 1970 something for me. Oh, so they did that here too. Okay. I thought they stopped giving the smallpox vaccine here, or that they didn't ever give it. Maybe I'm wrong. But California, okay. Well, then you're safe from smallpox. How's everybody doing, Zach? We're doing great. Y'all are amazing. Well, thank you. I was gonna get up today and come to work and kind of do a rewatch of what was going on in the chat yesterday on Dolly's, and he's took it down. It's hard to replay other people's videos and stuff and not get struck sometimes. So he's very observant of what he puts on his channel usually, and when there's stuff like that going on, like these riots, he likes to cover it, but then he worries a lot about if something he played is going to get copywritten, so he'll take down stuff like that. So I'll have to watch Karen read today, I guess. I don't get to really watch, but I'll listen. And they gave polio shots. Yeah, they did. They gave polio and smallpox, and basically I've gotten the shots for everything. That's another thing. When we came over on the airplane and whatnot, all of the vaccines we had gotten prior to coming here were questionable, because for whatever reason they can't translate them. I swear. So basically I feel like I've gotten vaccinated for everything 3 times. The reason I say 3 times is because when we came here originally, and then when we got green cards, and citizenship wasn't an issue. So yeah, when we came here originally, and then when we got green cards, polio became eradicated. Oh yeah. Does that mean that it goes away completely? Because I feel like that's not what it means. Like, they have it under control, I think is what eradicated means. I learned that in EMS classes, but I think I forgot. But did they come to your all school and do dentist work? Because they did that in Europe, and I remember that. And I basically have PTSD from dentist work. But I also believe that teeth issues are hereditary. And they don't consider teeth issues hereditary here, because you can't get teeth help medically unless like you've got a massive infection. But still, it's just terrible for me, because I feel like I've always had terrible teeth, like from day one. And that was one of my mass fears. As soon as it got done to me the first time, we were standing in line in a class and had to go see the dentist in the freaking school. And I remember them just drilling in my teeth with no numbing, no nothing, and the sound. And it was before I was 7, because, I came here when I was 7. But it's always been bad. My parents still have stuff they get done in the mouth all the time. No matter what I do, I brush 3 times a day at lunch, during work. And it doesn't make any difference. But that's just me. My school did teeth, eye checks, and hearing tests. Dang, see? That's what I mean. Like, I never did that when I was here. Hey, Mono Mom, good to see you. And so I thought that was just like a European thing. But now seeing that you guys had that done too, that's cool. You had eye tests in your school? Yeah, see? I don't remember that. I probably had that too there, but not here. I remember the dentist, because the dentist was just traumatic. It hurts. I got booted by my car, LOL. What? Anyways, I gotta run. You guys have been great. I I could probably come up with a bunch of more stories. I mean, we just had just such a blessed life opportunity. And the reason I guess that came up, the riots that are going on right now, a lot of people are upset, emotionally responsive to the situation. And I kind of feel a certain way only about people that are here illegally. And it's just because, you know, I went through a bunch of hurdles and things had to go exactly as God wanted them to in order to be where I'm at today. And it's almost like offensive to me when somebody believes they can just hop, skip, and jump on over and be here, and that they have the right to be here when they didn't pay their dues, I guess. It's kind of what I look at it as. But I also feel like certain things are being put into our eyesight for nefarious reasons. Does that sound politically correct to say? Like, they're showing us certain things for a reason and for us to react, and then I'm in a mindset to where I'm like, you want me to react, so I'm just not going to, you know? But that's just me. You guys are you. Always be you. Try to be kind to somebody today, especially somebody that does customer service, face-to-face service, because it's definitely a full moon today also. So keep that in mind. It's a full moon. That really is a true thing. Freaks come out. Full moon affects everybody, no matter what they say. And have a good rest of your day. You guys are the best. Let's catch you guys on the flip side. Bicycle.